This is a Saturday Morning TVLog for Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
Welcome to another Saturday Morning TV Log, and this time around it's Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, brought to us by Sid and Marty Krofft Productions. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Sorry about this little bit of bad head I got. Welcoming you to another Saturday Morning TV Log. This time I'm going to be talking about Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Now, this was the fourth series to be producing by the legendary Sid and Marty Krofft. The show originally premiered on NBC in September of 1973. Now, the show centered on two brothers named Johnny and Scott Stewart. While playing on a beach near Dead Man's Point, the two of them discover a friendly young sea monster named Sigmund, who had been thrown out by his comically dysfunctional undersea family for refusing to frighten people. The boys hide Sigmund in their clubhouse, so just to not let anybody else know. Now, plot lines were very simple and straightforward, usually some variation on the idea of Sigmund doing something silly to arouse attention, and the boys working to prevent him from being found by Sigmund's brothers, Blurp and Slurp, who want Sigmund to scare people in order to impress their parents, Sweet Mama Ooze and Big Daddy Ooze. Yes. The brothers also worked to hide Sigmund from their overbearing housekeeper Zelda, elderly neighbor Mrs. Ellis, and Sheriff Chuck Bevins. Strangely, the parents were never seen on the show, nor did they return home by the end of the series. Now, like some of the Kroft's previous series, like H.R. Puff and stuff, and the Bugaloos, and heck, even Lidsville, episodes included songs as part of the plot development. The characters, generally Johnny, would sing a song about what he was thinking or feeling about something going on in his life, from things that made him happy to anxiety about girls. While videotaping the first episode of the second season, the show had 2 seasons. Yes, this would be the first Sid and Marty Krofft show not to have reruns in a second season. A hot light fell and started a fire while videotaping the first season 2 episode. No one was injured, but the fire destroyed all of the sets and much of the costumes and other props. So most of season 2 was taped with minimal sets. Anyway, now in the second season, the boys and Sigmund come across Sheldon, a magical sea genie who lives in a shell and unfortunately was a bumbler, and his whammy spells seldom worked properly. Yes. And let's see. We also get to see his nephew, Shelby, also a sea genie. Anyway, now let's see here. Now, unlike the other series the Krofts did, Sigmund, however, did not follow the stranger in a strange land premise as their other series. There were other, well, actually, this would be their second after the Bugaloos. Now, other Krofft shows that didn't do this include Bigfoot and Wild Boy, Wonderbug, and Pryor's Place. And one episode features an appearance by H.R. Puff himself, as a matter of fact, and another features Jack Wild, who played Jimmy on the show. And the series was created by the Krofts themselves along with Cy Rose. Let's see. Now, the songs for the show were co-written by Danny Jansen, Bobby Hart, and Wes Farrell. A cover of the show's theme song, Friends, was performed by the group. I believe it's a group. Let me check. Yes. A band called Tripping Daisy, which was featured on the 1995 tribute album Saturday Morning Cartoons Greatest Hits, produced by Ralph Saul on MCA Records. There would also be a soundtrack album to the series as well, which was released on Chelsea Records. It, of course, included the theme song and other songs heard on the series. After the show had ended, it would go into reruns and would later be part of the Krofft Superstar show in syndication from 1978 to 1985. The show had 29 episodes produced and aired for its overall run. The first 17 ran, let me see, yes, for the first season. And then 12 more were produced for the second one. So the show ended after being rerun until October 75. Now I've seen just about all the first season. I didn't get to see all the second one. Now, of course, later the show had rerun in syndication. Well, after the Krofft Superstars package, I'm pretty sure the Family Channel Freeform aired that, as well as TV Land. Now, the first season of the show was released on DVD in 2005 by Rhino Entertainment. Now, some companies did release the show on video cassette. And they had, in the first seasons, they had all 17 episodes uncut and digitally remastered, and was released again later by Vivendi. There were plans for season 2, but it was cancelled due to low sales. The complete series was released in Australia in our region free for this set by Beyond Home Entertainment. However, this set, along with the US releases, are now out of print and hard to find. Now then, let's get into our characters. Now, playing Sigmund is Billy Barty, who recently worked on, well, the Krofft's previous series, like the Bugaloos and Lidsville, and was voiced by Walker Edmiston. Now, of course, in ways, since Sigmund doesn't want to scare people, he was similar to that of Casper the Friendly Ghost. Now, then there's the two siblings, Johnny and Scott Stewart. Johnny is played by Johnny Whitaker, who most of you people know him best as Joey from the recent CBS series that ended a couple years before this, Family Affair. And Scott was played by Scott Colden, who I think I've heard the name before, but I can't be too sure. He's done done a few other things, but not too much, though. He did do a few films after he did this series, but that's that. Anyway, now for the Ooze family. Sweet Mama Ooze is performed by Van Snowden and voiced by Sydney Miller. Now, her characterization was based loosely on Phyllis Diller. Big Daddy Ooze was performed by Joe A. Giammalva and Sharon Baird and voiced by Walker Edmiston, and who also voiced Blurp and Slurp as well. Now, Big Daddy was a spoof of Archie Bunker from CBS's Big Head, All in the Family. And in the 6th episode of the first season, he is identified as Melvin Ooze by a tax collector. Yeah. Now, Blurp is performed by Larry Larson. His voice characterization was based loosely on that of Gomer Pyle, and Slurp was performed by Paul Gale. Didn't have much of any characterization on him, though, unfortunately. And then we have Prince, the family's pet lobster, who acts like the family dog. Now, our human characters include Zelda, the boy's housekeeper, played by Mary Wicks. Mrs. Eldles is the elderly neighbor to the two boys and is played by Margaret Hamilton. I think that name sounds familiar. That, of course, was the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. And, of course, she also played, grand grandmother Frump on the Addams Family. Let's see. Now, Sheriff Bevins is played by Joe Higgins. And then, of course, now Zelda briefly got replaced during the second season, named Gertrude, and was portrayed by Fran Ryan. And she was a tough USMC drill instructor. Incredible, huh? Now, later characters included were Sheldon, who was played by the late great big mustached funny man Rip Taylor. And Shelby, his nephew, was played by Sparky Marcus, who would later go on to appear in the original Freaky Friday with Jodie Foster. And he'd also go on to do some cartoons as well, most notably the Richie Rich cartoon from Hanna-Barbera. And he did lots of others. So anyway, that's about it. But like I said, I've seen most of those shows. Now, years later, in 2017, Amazon Prime, along with the Kroffts, gave us an updated version of the series. Now, unfortunately, there were only a mere 7 episodes. And some of the characters look pretty cool and what have you. Johnny Whitaker actually did appear in a few episodes as a character named Zach, a fisherman. Now, we get to meet, well, let's see. Well, now playing Johnny in the series is Solomon Stewart, Kyle Harrison, Britt Cobb as Scott, and Rebecca Bloom as Robin, a young girl who's friends with him. And Eileen O'Connell plays kid's Aunt Maxine. And then, of course, we have David Arquette as an actual villain of the series. Captain Barnabas, who believes sea monsters are real and devotes his life to capturing them. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Robin is actually the boy's cousin. Yes, okay, sorry about that, everyone. But anyway, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, I think, is a really nice little show. Again, I've seen just about all the first season, but I've never actually seen much of the second season, though. Unfortunately, it'd be tough to find. But if you can, I can't really guarantee if you can find all these. It'd be tough to find the original series even on YouTube. But you can. But of course, Amazon Prime has not the original, the new series because they premiered it. So anyway, I wish you the best of luck in trying to find the episodes of this original series. Here, let me go ahead and give you a better look at the main characters. Okay, here's a shot of the boys and Sigmund from the original series. Yeah, now you see what they look like and what have you. Just wanted to let you get a better look. And here's a look at Sigmund's family. Yep. Okay, now that you've seen what most of the cast looks like, but if you want to see ours, just check out the series if you can find it, because I wish you the best of luck in finding it. Okay, enough said. So anyway, I think this is a show worth checking out. If you liked the other shows the Kroffts gave us, of course, the following year after this premiere, the Kroffts would give us their bigger hit, Land of the Lost. So anyway, with that said, check out Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. And if you liked this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And what did you think of the show? Have you seen Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? Let me know in the comments section as well. Anyway, and stay tuned. Tonight I will be giving you a special spoiler-free review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's right, I'm going to be going to see it. Hope for the best that I'll prove these critics they're wrong in giving this a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes. Mark my words. Okay, enough said. So if you like this video, check out these other Saturday Morning TV logs I did on the Kroffts First three series. In the upper left-hand corner is the vid on HR Pub and stuff. The upper right-hand corner is the vid on the Bugaloos. And the bottom left-hand corner is the vid I did on Lidsville. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Laverne Shirley in the Army. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.